this one, this example, somehow I have prepared some example. This is from, okay, so this is from the, I think past year or past test lah. Sekejap ya, I open again. Okay, this Brayton cycle. So I'm going to discuss this example today because basically your test 2 will be something similar to this lah. That's why I said actually test 2 is not that difficult because everything is actually provided. Actually this topic, this chapter is quite easy because everything is based on ideal cycle. When it is based on ideal cycle, there's basically it is all repetitive lah. Okay, not really can really test the students' ability, but still I think it is sufficient. Okay, it's sufficient because this part here is just like an introduction for the gas cycle, for this for these engines, introduction to all engines. Okay, so this one after. All right, so consider an ideal Brayton cycle using air as the working fluid. The cycle has a net power output. Okay, wait, before that I forgot lah. I need to explain. I already explained to you, right? The Brayton cycle. Yeah, I already explained or not the Brayton cycle?
Yes, last class, miss.
Already, right?
Only
the example not yet, right?
Yeah, only the example.
All right. So this one. So you are going to get this type of question lah. It's just that I'm playing around with the number of power output or the number of pressure ratio, okay, and so on. But the method will be like repetitive. So it will be quite disappointing to see students using different. You are allowed to use my method and also the method in this slide. Only these two methods. Like, it's not that I'm going to limit you to use any other method, but if I never teach that method to you, how come you can be so expert in dealing with other method? Okay, using other method. Okay, so this one, okay, so you have been given the ideal Brayton cycle. So sikit tak nampak lah sekejap. Okay, the cycle has a net power output of 90 megawatt operating with a pressure ratio of 15. Okay, the air enters the compressor at 400 and then enters the turbine at 1200. Okay, use constant specific heat at room temperature. Okay, so if that sentence specific heat at room temperature, meaning that is the value of Cp and K, and also Cv 0.718. Okay, and apply appropriate isentropic relations. So again, okay, the difference between the previous sample and your test 2 this semester is that this illustration of PV and TS diagram will come in the last question. Okay, similar to auto and diesel cycle. I believe you understand what I mean. Meaning you need to get all the T and P and then you need to sketch the PV and TS diagram in the last question. Okay, so apart from that, of course, you are required to analyze the heat added and release Q in and Q out and calculate the mass flow rate of air. Okay, sometimes this is required, sometimes it is given. Okay, and then determine the thermal efficiency of the cycle. But normally, these two questions I can combine lah. Calculate the required mass flow rate and also the thermal efficiency. Okay, or sometimes I ask you to find the heat added and released in the cycle in kilojoule or in kilowatt. Therefore, this question will go first. You need to get the mass flow rate first. Then only you can get the heat added and released in kilowatt. Okay, because this is a very guided, I would say that this is a very guided question because normally for this, how to highlight? Typewriter. No. This normally this mass flow rate question is kind of guided lah. Okay, so you need to read the question properly. If let's say I ask you to find in kilowatt, then definitely this one is required before you can get the heat in kilowatt. Okay, so let's look at the solution. Okay, the question stated that air enters the compressor at 400 and enters the turbine at 1200. So if we look at this diagram, okay, compressor and turbine. So you see compressor meaning enter the compressor, meaning that is T1. Sorry, is it temperature? Yeah, 400K is the temperature at 1 because that is where it enters the compressor, okay, at T1. And then when it enters the turbine, so the turbine is where you have the expansion, meaning that would be the T3. Okay, turbine. All right. Okay. So then you illustrate. This one come last. This one come last. So when you are illustrating these diagrams, okay, please be reminded. I remind you again on all the informations required. If you want a full mark, okay, the P, okay, the in this case P1 equals to P4 is require all the same P, okay, and then S1 equals to S2, S3 equals to S4. Okay, I provided you this solution so that you know how your answers should be presented. Okay. Some students say that, Miss, you are so cruel, marking so strict. I mark strict because I already provided you with how you need to answer. Okay, so if you are giving me something incomplete or inappropriate, of course I will deduct mark. So I am cruel, but before that I be nice first, and then the cruel comes later. But I don't think I'm cruel still. Okay, all right. So this one, you get all the information. Okay, any question you can ask. So you have also been given the pressure ratio. Okay. You have the pressure ratio. Okay, so pressure ratio, if you refer to the slide, what is the meaning of this pressure ratio? Okay, mana pula pressure ratio? Okay, this is pressure ratio P2 over P1. Okay, but okay, P2 is equals to P3. Okay, P2 equals to P3. You can see this a little bit blurred. This P2 is equals to P3. And this P1 is equals to P4. From where you know? From here. Or if you haven't sketched this one, you got the slide. Okay. All right. So T1 is the compressor. All this information lah. All these are all the information. All right. Then you start to solve it section by section lah. I mean process by process. Okay. Normally we'll start stage 1 to stage 2 lah. Stage 1 first. So stage 1 to isentropic compression. Since it is isentropic, you use isentropic relation. Okay, T2, this one just put everything in it. Rasa macam kecil sangat tak Cannot see lah. Okay. Okay. This one. So you plug in everything. Okay. Remember now this P, before this you are using V1 over V2, right? V1 over V2 for the auto and diesel. That is a different relation. That one is T and V relationship, isentropic relation. This one you have T and P. These formulas are all available in the slide. Or not in the, if you cannot find in the slide, you can find in the solution. Okay, so you get this and then you substitute, you got this value. Make sure you put the K. If you forgot to put the K, then I will deduct mark. Or sometimes I don't give mark at all, depends. Okay, normally I will deduct marks lah. All right, so after that, after you have obtained T2, now you already, what are the things you already know? T1, T2, and T3 already known. Okay, remember for this kind of question in your test 2 later on, okay, you will be required to find all P and T. So I mentioned again, for isentropic compression, of course, the first choice is for you to implement the isentropic relations. Also, for isentropic compression, of course, first one, you need to apply this one. Second, you can apply PV over RT. PV over RT. The ratio. Okay. Okay, now for stage 2 to 3. Okay, so for stage 2 to 3, this is constant P or specific constant P heat addition. Okay, so for non-isentropic processes, basically you have PV over RT, and also you can use this relationship. Okay, depends. Depends on what is the process over there lah. For example, over here, I refer to this one first. You know that Q in occurs here. Okay, if you don't know how it looks like, you can always refer to this diagram. Okay, that's why during the exam or during the test, my slide, my solution, and my solution and property table, the property table that I provided, are allowed to be used. Okay, are allowed to be used. Okay, clear? So this one, you can, from here, you know that Q in is here. Okay, and here you have P2 equals to P3. Okay, so you implement lah. Yes, Alvi. Yeah. All right. So where were we? Oh, here. All right. So you implement, since that is a constant pressure, you must use CP. If you use CV, I can see CV there. I just put wrong straight away, meaning fundamentally incorrect. So here you have Q in small q, small q CP T3 minus T2. Then you got this, you got the answer already. Got 1 mark over there. Okay, next. Okay, wait, in this case, if you look closely, so far you have obtained T1, T2, and T3, right? T1, T2, and T3. Do you know what is P1 and P2? You don't know yet, right? So basically, I think you need to get the answer for P1, P2, and P3. Later you look at the question, okay? And then you, as I said, you can apply this for isentropic. You can also apply any relationship between you can either use this isentropic relationship or PV over RT. Okay. Over here you can again over here you have this option to find the P. To find the P. All right, so now let's go to stage 3 to 4, isentropic expansion. This is isentropic, therefore use this isentropic relation. Don't worry about this P3 over P4 because, okay, P3 over P4 is similar to P2 over P1. Okay, this information you can get from the PV and TS diagram. So you calculate lah, you plug in all the information, okay, and then you want this one is T4 over T3. You use this formula properly lah, okay, and then you got this value. Then stage 4 to 1. This one again, this is constant P. This is not isentropic. You cannot use isentropic. You can also use PV over RT to get the P or the T whatsoever. You can use that, and then you apply this Q out. Q out equals to this. Okay, since you already obtained T4 and T1 and so on, you can put it into the equation. So make sure the units are there. Okay, the unit is correct and is there. Okay. Then you get the W net out. W net out is basically this formula is the same for all engine cycles, whether it is auto, diesel, or Brayton. Okay, take that in kilojoule per kilogram. Okay, then the question asks you what is the m dot. Okay, so basically you can see that here you have been provided the net power output. Okay, this is W dot net. Okay, when you calculate the heat added and heat released, from here you can get the small W net. Okay, so this W dot net equals to m dot small w net. So when you want to find what is m dot, then you just bring this to the left, and therefore you can get the m dot. I think this question is basically like a bonus question lah. If you still want to copy paste your friend, I don't know lah why. Okay, this one. So you got this m dot. Okay, finally you are required to find what is the thermal efficiency. Then this formula again, the thermal efficiency, the formula is the same for all engine cycles in this chapter lah, auto, diesel, and Brayton. So you just substitute everything, you got this thermal efficiency. So this question is 11 marks, but I think because of some additional, of course, when you are sketching this diagram, because this one is like a very, this one you can just copy paste. Of course, it's just 2 marks each. But if let's say this question is come in the last question, whereby the information like what is the T3 over here, what is T2 over here, and then what is T4 over here, all these informations are required in your diagram. These are the T's. Normally for the T information, you put in the TS diagram. For the P information over here, you put in the PV diagram, meaning here you have some values lah. In this one also you have some values. Okay. So you have all this information, and definitely the marks will be higher than 2 marks. And also, since you are also required to find all the P's and T's, and of course the marks will be somehow different lah. So this question, you'll get solid 20 marks. I will give solid 20 marks for this kind of question. And therefore there are, okay, there are some, I'm not sure, but normally the pattern of the question will be looking like this lah. So that's all for Brayton cycle. I told you the explanation will take you like 30 minutes, or now it's lesser. So that's for Brayton cycle, very simple calculation, okay? And also, do not use this. Another reminder, please avoid using this. This is cold air standard assumption. Please don't use this. Okay? I don't want you to use that lah. Because that would be like a... S value no need, only P and T. Normally for this question, only P and T. Okay, so normally, maybe lah, cannot tell you. Like maybe A is like finding P and T. Okay, I will, of course, there are some twist here and there, but the twist will not be as twisted as you expected. Okay, so normally this kind of this chapter, I don't really enjoy preparing the question, because the question you like, always like that, always like that, something like that. Okay. All right, so I think that's all. You have one self-study. Okay, you can do this self-study. Basically, I think it would be better for you to do this self-study as well. Okay, and then and this kind of question. Okay, you can refer to this question. This question, I already prepared the answer over here, so you can try this question. So this part over here is basically for you to just read, okay, how much we're going to get for test 2, like 40, 60 mark. It will be 60 marks, around 1.7%. It is, no, not 1.7%, sekejap, 60 marks lah. 60. And it is 25%. Why? Test 2, okay. Test 2 is 25%. That's why test 2 is 25%. Later lah, you guys are keep on asking about test 2. We haven't finished the syllabus. Wait. Okay, so for this Brayton cycle, okay, for this Brayton cycle, I would like to inform you, because I already prepared the questions for your test 2. So apart from the calculation, because you can see, because this is ideal cycle, this is ideal cycle. Maybe I can push up to 15%, 15 marks for the calculation part, whereby the remaining marks, like 5 marks, come from the last 2 slides here. Okay, so therefore, I will be requiring you to at least study these two last slides. Okay, there will be some question whereby you are required to justify something, okay, or explain something. No TS, no need, no S is not needed. No need. No, when you draw this TS diagram, you just need to include the P and T lah. P and T. If I ask you to find S, then what about V? Right. Meaning, when you later you see in the question that illustrate PV and TS diagram by including all the informations you have obtained in A, like that. In A, like that. Because A, you are required to find P and T. Maybe part D, you are required to illustrate the PV and TS diagram by including all the proper, I would say that, illustrate proper PV and TS diagram. The word proper means you have to have a proper sketching here, proper this axis, okay, and all this thing that I want you to put, and then the Q in, the Q out, just like what I prepared here lah, okay. And then also the additional information that you have to put is the P and T, so that your sketching must be logical lah. If T4 is higher than T2, don't put the point of 2 is higher to be higher than 0.4. Yes, yes, true. So for the like x1 s2, you just put like this. You don't put the value. But p, you definitely need to put the value for p because p will be required. Okay? Understand? Same like here you don't have to put, if you want to put v, it's up to you lah, but normally this v is not required lah. V3 or V4 not required. Okay? So you just read the question properly lah. All right, so I think that's all. Again, slide 41 and 42 is also important for your test too. So please do some reading, okay? Okay, and then I think that's all for this particular chapter. Do you guys have any question before we can start with our briefing? Still got 11 students not coming to my class today. 3 questions. Okay, later I'll explain in detail about test 2. All right. So before that, no other question. Then I will just close this slide. So with that, we already finished our whole thermodynamics. Okay. Yes, yes. Who is this guy? Rico, what do you want?
Like this, I have a question. So last time I heard from the online final action you said you said that there are questions that asking the answer from the slide. The answer can be found from the slide. So it's the theory one. So we just straightforward copy it, or we need to add our understanding and then paraphrase it. You get what I mean? Like
add according to your understanding, but the key points must be according to the slide lah. Or okay, and then that question is like open. If you have any other information, you can include, not really restricted to whatever in the slide lah.
Oh, but the slide one need to include, right? Like if I only from the slide, is it correct or not?
Oh, correct. No problem.
Oh, so no need to include also already. I mean, like no need to find from outside already correct also.
No need. You have only few time, only several minutes. How can you like go and Google? Okay, you won't be having like so many times to prepare your answer later.
Okay. Then just straight copy lah.
Okay.
Yeah.
Oh, you guys don't like free marks? Actually, I want to help a bit lah, because I'm quite worried because this test 2 is 25%. It's 25%. So if anything wrong, something happened like for this particular test 2, then it will affect your whole mark big time. So that's why. Okay, so now we have around 1 hour left. Oi! Okay, so we have around 1 hour left. Okay, so let's talk about how many? Reduced number of students. Okay, so let me brief you about final exam. Okay, so this is the online examination guidelines, rules and regulation. You guys can see? Can
Yes.
see or cannot see?
Can see.
Can?
Nampak.
Okay, so this is okay, sorry. So this is the online examination guidelines, rules and regulation, and this is specifically for my course, Thermo 1 and Thermo 2. So in this case, you are from Thermodynamics 1. So for this course online exam, you are required to follow this guidelines, rules and regulations. So okay, this is the general information, okay, and guidelines. So your course lecturer will be the chief proctor during the online examination for the course. So basically, the chief proctor for your Thermodynamics 1 exam will be me. Okay, the duration of your online final exam is 3 hours and 30 minutes. 3 hours is used to solve the questions and 30 minutes for file conversion and submission. Only one platform is used to conduct the exam. So I don't plan to conduct in several platforms. There will be only one platform, which is this MS Team. So questions will only be uploaded here in MS Team. announcements will be made here as well, because I don't want to so many platform, okay, and then it will create like confusion and haywire to the students. So one platform to conduct the exam. Students will be assigned into several breakout rooms. So after this, we're going to try to conduct this what we call it, test run, okay. And then exam center help the lecturer by providing one proctor for one breakout room. So basically, once there will be around there will be maximum of 15 students. 15 students. I show like this, like easier for me to read your comment as well. Okay, so can see. So there will be around 15 students maximum in one breakout room. And then there will be one proctor monitoring you. So like before this, we have like 100 students, and then your face will be very, very, very small, right? So now, since we have around 15 students or maybe lesser, okay, therefore it will be clearer for the proctor to invigilate you lah. Okay, this is what, sorry, I need to show this one. So only one platform is used for the submission, which is the Google form. So the submission link is made available on the instruction page of your question paper. So I believe you have seen, this is what? This is the final exam question. Luckily, so I have to close this first. All right, so there will be one platform only, which is the Google form. So so only one, so I don't want you to submit to any other platform. Almost, don't worry, inshallah. You cannot see anything, yeah, luckily. All right. I think this one can close also lah, yeah. Okay. Submission is a one-time submission. No amendments can be made after submission has been made. This one I will explain for the submission part later on. Okay, this one is also important. I think this one is already explained in many times before this. Comprehensive solution must be presented. So any answer without clear understanding and step-by-step solution will not be given any marks. So all the statements actually, this statement is available in your instruction page, but somehow I think not many of you read the instruction page, right? Therefore, many of you still don't know how to prepare a proper answer lah. Okay. Okay, only property table with the one that I have provided is allowed to be used. Data obtained from any other property table or chart will not be accepted in the calculation. The moment I see a different data, I don't care whether your answer is correct or almost correct or whatever, I will simply give you 0 mark. Yes. Any type of plagiarism will be severely punished. Okay, 0 marks will be given to all students involved. So I know you have been sharing answers. Okay, you have been, basically for my paper, I don't really worry of you getting answers or solution from external resources, because normally answers from external resources are wrong and does not satisfy what I need. Okay. The main problem is you copying your friend's answer. Okay, so if I found this in your final exam, okay, I will deduct marks lah. I mean, I will give 0. Okay, okay, so this is the general information and guideline. Okay, so now let's go to before exam. What you need to do before the exam, what to prepare. First thing is you need to check the exam date and time. Our exam, again, I want to make it very clear, our exam so far from the final exam timetable will be on 17. Sekejap ya. This one, I just got this, I think yesterday. So here is your exam. Mana kita punya exam? Let me find.
17 means 2 to 5 p.m.
Okay, so here, this one, 17th of August. Tuesday, 2 to 5 p.m. Don't worry about this time here. Of course, hours will be until 5:30. Don't worry. But the most important thing is the starting time, not the end time. As long as you are there before 2 p.m., then it would be okay. Then the exam that is our exam. Please take note on this. Okay, so because this is the final timetable, I know it does not appear in your IIS yet. I'm not sure, but I want to inform you because today is our last class. So it is very important for me to inform you today. Okay? Alright, boleh ya? Next. Combine the student ID and exam token in one PDF file. Okay, so what I need you to do now, you take a photo of your student ID, only the front photo, no need at the back one. This is not like I see now, I see or what. Okay? You take the photo of your ID, and then you take also the photo of your exam token, and then you combine these two documents in one PDF file. I don't want to have so many PDF file. Again, this one you need to prepare before exam. Can you print your exam token now? Whatever it is, you must combine lah this student ID and exam token in one PDF file. If you don't have student ID, you can do and you can put any document lah. Like I don't know, maybe your passport or whatsoever. Okay? Alright? Sabar, Alvi. Okay, and then again, rename the file properly, please. I can see many of you still don't know how to rename your file. This is a sample. You put your ID. Can also you want to put, but because this one later on, don't worry because you have a separate folder when you upload. If you want to put exam token also can, but please combine student ID and exam token. This one I need you to prepare before exam, because during exam you only need to snap the photo or to compile only your answer script. The rest, you need this one. I don't want you to waste time only during submission. Only you want to take the photo of your ID and exam token. In fact, this PDF file for your student ID and exam token can also be used for other course. Okay. Third one, make sure you have a well-functioning laptop with webcam and built-in microphone. Okay. If you don't have webcam built-in, that's why the webcam I don't put built-in. If you don't have a built-in webcam, you can get webcam, like you can still maybe I don't know, we can like plug in separate webcam kan. You can get that lah. Okay, those who don't have laptop must inform me at least 3 days before the exam. Okay, I also have feedback from students. He doesn't have laptop, but he said that he will borrow from friend during the exam. So you can do that as well. Maybe you have a friend in the same house, and then, or maybe you borrow your sister's laptop because it's just for 3.5 hours. Okay, my priority is for you to use the laptop. I know some students you don't have you don't have the laptop for some reason, okay, but then try to get a laptop. If you have problems with this, you have to inform me earlier. Okay, it's not that I don't want you to use the handphone, but my big question is that if you are using the handphone, you want to see the question as well, how you like scroll, and at the same time you want to focus. So it would be better to have a laptop. Okay. Fourth, you have to make sure that your internet connection is good, and if you are using data, okay, you have to prepare sufficient data. Prepare like card or whatsoever, make sure you have that. If you have problems with internet connection, you must inform me. I'm the chief proctor at least 3 days before the exam. Also, if you read the announcement, you may also request to use UCSI Wi-Fi if you live nearby. If you're from Klang or whatsoever, I'm not sure. Try to find a place whereby you can have a good internet connection. So far, I did not see any problems of student attending my class for the past 14 weeks to attend the class. Therefore, I believe and I also pray that you're going to have a very good connection. Apa? Okay, so prepare a convenient place. I just put there convenient. Okay, I don't want to really restrict you where to sit or whatever. As long as you can Then what you need? Letter. Alvi, letter. Okay. Prepare a convenient place for you to conduct exams. Okay. Quiet so you can focus. Okay. Maybe don't have your sister or brother playing at the back. Okay. And also with proper and strong internet connection lah. If you are sharing a house with your friends, okay, make sure you are in separate room during the exam. What I put here, if you're sharing a house with your friend. And then prepare the stationaries, okay? And make sure you have a well-functioning calculator. If your calculator got no battery, make sure replace the battery. Use pen when answering. I can see some students are using pencil. I don't want you to use pencil because when you convert it into PDF, it is very blur. When I cannot see your answer, I cannot give you mark. Okay? And also any sharing of any sharing stationery or calculator or whatever, not allowed during the exam. You cannot like calculator not functioning means I have to borrow from my friend. No, cannot. That's why I already give you this. Before exam, you have to do this. We have around 2 more weeks for, before the exam, right? Yeah, 2 more weeks. Okay, students are also allowed to use tab. So as mentioned earlier, you are allowed to use tab, okay, for you to answer, or digital pen whatsoever. Okay. Any difficulties or issues that you have must be reported to the lecturer. Let me know any issues. Or for example, like this, you have some news from Sri Lanka, for example, I got this issue before, that on that exam day, there will be some, like they will cut off electricity or whatsoever, right? Inform me. And there will be, definitely there will be news for that, right? Inform me. So that I will advise you, I will get advice from the HOD on what actions need to be taken. Okay? This is before exam. Now, this is during exam. You must ensure that you join the MS team, okay? Join the MS team 30 minutes before the exam start. So if your exam is on at 2 p.m., 1:30 you must be there already. Those 2 p.m. 1:30 you should be there already. Okay. A briefing by the chief proctor will be conducted before you can start answering. So this briefing is compulsory for all. This briefing basically will be something similar to this slide here, but maybe I got some other extra informations from my department, from the faculty, that I will amend this slide, because this slide later I cannot share with you yet. I think I won't be sharing this lah. Okay, because it will, that's why I want to conduct the briefing, just in case I have additional information. Okay, so during exam, you need to be reminded that attendance will be taken from this auto attendance here from MS Team. Okay, you guys are familiar with this already. Therefore, those who join late of more than 30 minutes will not be allowed to take exam, or your paper will not be marked. So similar to your class, okay, after the class, I will check those who attend late, then attend late more than 30 minutes. I believe you receive my email, right? Okay, dear student, please be informed that this is your attendance, that this is the attendance captured from MS Team. I think those who received my email before, you know what I mean. Yeah, meaning after 2:30, if from the attendance captured in the MS Team, then I will not be marking, I will not mark your paper. Unless of course, you provide valid justification and evidence. For example, you have any, then justification must come with evidence as well lah. Okay, and I would like to inform you that I will not be giving any extra time for latecomers. Those who are late, don't say that, Miss, actually I'm late for 30 minutes. Can you give me extra 30 minutes? Okay? Alright, it's okay, it's okay. If it's convenient for you, Nico, it's okay. That's why I just put convenient, okay? Instead that you just inform your sister lah, you give her some present or what. If you keep quiet for 3.5 hours, I give you present, like that. It's okay, Ian, if you have living room, but provided it is convenient for you. It's not noisy, okay? Alright? Okay, webcam. This webcam, I know it's a big issue for you guys, okay? For me, webcam must be turned on at all time during the exam. First thing, the view of your webcam must be appropriate for the proctors to clearly see you, your surrounding and working area. Because previously I know students purposely focusing the webcam to their forehead, to their chest, to their shilling. Okay, so that's why I put there, the view must be appropriate for the proctors to clearly see you, your surrounding and working area. No background effect is allowed, same. And make sure wear proper attire. I don't want to see any unwanted view or shocking view. And then also please remind your sister or your whoever, don't walk at the back there naked. Okay, I'm being true because last time got case, the mother just got out from toilet after taking a shower and then walk behind the student. So need to remind lah, or maybe it would be safer if behind you is wall, you know, like wall at your back, understand? Rather than toilet, because sometimes you cannot stop your family member from using toilet, right? So better do like that. Otherwise, this Shriram can see your sister, cannot lah. Chung Zikai can see this Ian. Okay, and then also try to wear proper attire. No need to wear tie, no need. Okay, but then I don't want to see, because last time I got this, you know, Middle East student topless. Don't do that lah. Don't shock the proctors. Okay, don't scare them. Okay, don't use singlet. You wear singlet and all your chest, hairy chest coming out. You know, I'm telling you honestly lah. Don't do that. Okay, proper attire. Okay. Okay, so proctors. Okay, proctors may also ask you to show your surrounding and working area before or during the exam if required, because there will be only 15 or less than 15 of you. So maybe you need to show around before or maybe during the exam. If the proctor sense like something suspicious lah, they can see like the students look like talking lah, like that, right? Or discussing with a friend opposite him. So you will be asked by the proctor. You may be asked by the proctors during the exam. Or maybe I will ask you, for example, okay, Ian, whom you are talking to, okay, can you please show me your surrounding? That's why don't try to do all this talking and discussion during the exam. Otherwise, you will be distracted by all this unnecessary requirement from the chief proctor or proctors. Okay? Okay? Understand? Can this one. All right, so during exam, continue. You are allowed to go for a toilet break, but I will limit it to only once during the exam and only maximum 10 minutes. That's why during the exam week, do not eat something funny, okay, something like so spicy or whatever. Like, you take care of yourself. Make sure you don't have upset stomach during the exam, okay? That's what I said, Chia. I said that toilet break only once, okay, because what? It's like 3.5 hours. Normally you can hold your pee or whatsoever longer, okay? But if it's really necessary, then you need to inform the proctor properly. But of course, we will jot down lah. Permission must be obtained from the proctor in charge. The proctor will jot down the time you leave for toilet break and the time you come back. Okay, make sure empty your pockets and no materials are allowed to be brought to the toilet. Proctors may ask you to show this action before you go. So you may need to like show the handphone, you need to show the handphone, put on the table and then leave for the toilet break lah. No need to take the cam to the toilet. Okay, we won't want to hear funny sound or bizarre views. Okay, don't distract your friends. Okay. Okay, if you are disconnected from the internet, so this one got the students asking, if you are disconnected from internet or MS Team or webcam for more than 5 minutes, you are required to inform the proctor and chief proctor immediately. Basically, I would like you to text me immediately, okay, because you can just text through MS Team, you need to inform immediately. Okay. Further inquiries by the proctor or chief proctor okay, may be required should the student fail. Okay, should the student fail to inform about the internet problem, whatsoever problem, or being disconnected for more than 5 minutes. Huh? Okay? Can still check. You can text me personally. Okay, here, should you have any question regarding the question paper during the exam or any other issue, you can text the chief proctor via MS Team personally. You know how to text me personally, right? Okay, you can see here there are so many chat here. Okay, here meaning this is how you text me personally lah. Boleh ya? Okay. So I hope you guys are clear about this. Wait, not yet. Let's say if you don't understand, I can still help you lah, Miss, this one ini, like, okay, but don't ask me, Miss, what is the answer for this one, all right, so here, headphone, earphone, or any type of communication hearing devices are not allowed during the exam. Okay, not allowed. So if you're wearing headphone, remove it. Okay, if you want to listen to what I said or listen to the announcement, listen it from the what you call it, from your laptop, like do the speaker or what, like that. Don't use headphone or earphone or any type of communication hearing devices during the exam. Okay, or maybe if you want to use headphone during the briefing can, but when you want to start when you start the exam, remove the headphone, like that. That's why I want you to find a convenient place, because during the exam, I may be talking something, so it may be, you may also distract other people in the house or whatsoever. Hearing aid is okay. You need to inform me earlier, Miss. I am my ears on the right ear is deaf because I was a secret agent before. I was tortured by the enemy, and then my right ear is deaf, half deaf, you know, like that. So you can inform me, so at least I know. Boleh? Alright. Can? Okay. So this is during exam. Secret agent. You were secret agent, and then you got captured, and then you got tortured by the enemy. You know, sometimes you can hear, you can lose your hearing, you know. Really? Yeah, don't say that. Okay. You serious? You gosip pula. Okay, so that's all during submission so far. If I have any other information, then I will let you know during the briefing of the exam. Okay. During submission, okay, so basically, okay, Shailesh, yes, my exam is an open book. You can use textbook or any ebook. I am okay with that. You can use my slide, you can use my solution, and then of course when it is open book, you can refer to your own notes or exercise. Okay, it is open book. I cannot stop you from referring to those things. I only don't want you to cheat with your friend or with these external resources. If you're so rich, paying to those chat.com, you better pay to me, belanja me also. Okay? Okay? Alright. So during submission, there are 2 PDF documents to be submitted. Okay? Student ID and exam token, this one is under 1 PDF, and then answer script. Only these 2. Your friend is not a book. Okay? Alright. All answers must be compiled, arranged properly according to the question number. Try not to jumble up or mix up the answers. Otherwise, it will be very difficult for me to mark. Remember, there are 117 of you. Okay? And converted to 1 PDF file. So, that's why here answer script is 1 PDF file. Boleh? The PDF file must be uploaded to the Google form through the link which is available on the instruction page of your question paper. Submission to other platform is not allowed. This is to ease my tracking lah. And the link for the Google form, okay, this one already explained. Submission after the deadline will not be accepted. Okay, it is the student's responsibility. This one to ensure that all answers are compiled and submitted to the link. My biggest fear is that you only submitted half of your answer. And then after that, Miss, actually these 2 pages I forgot to scan and I forgot to convert to PDF. Sorry, if that happened, then I cannot accept the late submission after that. Okay? No amendment is allowed once the submission has been made. Alright, clear ya? During submission, any other thing you want to know about the submission? One platform only, I don't want to so many platforms. Okay. After exam, also, there is also responsibility for you after the exam. A submission tracking will be released. So I think this is my practice now. I will release a submission tracking after the exam. After sometimes lah, not exactly after exam, I release the submission tracking. So I will release the submission tracking and you are required to check the list. So this submission tracking, again, I will upload or I will release in MS Team. Here, yeah, like your previous submission tracking, this one. You see? This is how the submission tracking look like lah. Those who did not submit or I cannot find their answer or whatsoever, please check your ID. I will not put name, okay? I will just put ID, and for that matter, you are required, okay, to check the list, to be alert, okay, and inform and feedback to me immediately. Maybe I overlook, maybe because if let's say you only feedback to me like at 9 or few hours after that, then it will be quite difficult for me to accept your submission, like that. Yes, so the Google form, I already, later I will show you the Google form. I will share the link here as well, so you can test. Really? You can see, that's why normally I prepare this and I share with other lecturers. So yeah, they copy paste, not copy paste lah. We share with the lecturers. Okay, so if you are sick and unable to attend the exam, please let me know, so that I will guide you or I will advise you on necessary actions. Okay, or maybe if you are sick before the exam, also you let me know. Miss, I'm going to be sick, blah blah blah. Okay. So this one, the lecturer will advise you on this. So this is after exam. So basically all these are the guidelines and rules and regulation for my exam. Okay, I forgot to include letter. Letter I will include. So basically again, there will be, this will be an open book exam. Okay, yeah, that's my name. All right. So, okay, there will be, this is an open book exam for your thermodynamics. Okay, you are allowed to refer to, better I will list down lah. Okay, basically you are allowed to refer to my slide, to my class exercise and examples, your class exercise and example, the self-study, remember, the self-study or any materials that you have studied earlier or whatsoever, and then textbook, whether it is a hard copy or e-book, you are allowed to refer to lah. You cannot refer to your friends, you cannot share your answer or get answers from your friends, and then you cannot get answer from external resources. Okay? Okay. Now I'm going to share any question? Any question so far? No? Yes? So I'll be sharing with you, as promised, the submission link. Okay. The submission link. Okay. To provide the link in your MS Team, I want you guys to try and click. Here is the link. Try to click this form. Okay. That is the link. Guys, you can try and click that. So basically, I'm going to explain to you the link now. Okay, so when you click that, you will be directed to this, to this form lah. Okay, so the date of your exam, I already put there, 17th of August 2021. It is on Tuesday. Okay, it is on Tuesday. All right, and then the time is from 2 to 5:30 Malaysian time. Duration will be 3.5 hours, 3 hours to answer, 30 minutes for file conversion and submission. All right. Boleh? Okay, so this is the same, the faculty rules and regulation. So this one basically you need to click. You have no other choice but to accept this. it's like the term and condition, you know, you don't even read and then you tick that. I know that happens also for this one. That's why I brief you today. So this is the course rules and regulation. Okay, so I add this one. I understand and hereby comply to all the guidelines, rules and regulation outlined by the lecturer for the online examination, which is today, the briefing today, and also the briefing on your exam day, before your exam. So this is an additional thing that you need to click yes. Okay, so the rest are similar to your test or to your other internal assessment. This one. Okay, then you need to provide your full name. Okay, full name, student ID, and student ID and token here. You see, I already combined. That's why I said these two items you need to combine into one PDF file. So basically, you are going to add the file over here. Only one file is allowed, which is in PDF form. And finally, thermodynamics one, this is where you upload your final exam answer. So basically, only 2 PDF are required in the submission. And the declaration part is here. Okay, I won't be like asking you to sign any declaration before, no need. Everything is in one submission. Okay, boleh? So I want you to try the link that I have shared. Should you have any issue, you need to feedback to me immediately after this class. If you don't try, then you only discover that you have issue on your exam day, then too bad. I won't consider lah. All right, try the link now, whether you can get this one. Huh? Okay, not try to submit, try to see whether you can access. Why do you only have the problem submit? Okay, so okay, that's for the link. Ian. Okay, so that's for the link, and what else? Okay, so any other question for the final exam? I believe that I really hope that you need to come really again. Exam is at 2. You must come at 1:30. Okay.